Chapter 9. Looks like an innocent flower, but be the serpent underneath. Lady Capulet glided down the hallway. My subconscious had formed her well. A bit of the Wicked Witch of the West in her long pointed face. A bit of Cruella de Vil in her bleached hair with roots so dark it looked like someone had dumped coal on her head. And a bit of my mother. In the topic of conversation, the family name. Above all, the Capulet reputation must be kept intact, she said with pronounced seriousness. Our appearances, our manners, and our goals must be cohesive. The Capulet name must stand above all others as it always has. We are Capulets. We are Verona. We are Wallingfords. We are theatre. Lady Capulet walked with long, exaggerated strides, and I followed like a bridesmaid, keeping time to a painfully slow rendition of Troy Summers' hit ballad, Girl, You Are My World. Drifts of powder had accumulated along the nape of her neck. I couldn't remember having experienced such minute details in a dream before. Like the way the coldness of the stone floor made my feet ache, even though I wore slippers, or the way my frayed hem tickled my ankles. Who dreams like that? And who dreams in real time, because it certainly seemed that way. I felt hungry, and I needed to pee, which couldn't be good, because when you need to pee in a dream, you either wake up or you wet the bed. I didn't want to do either. Maybe I wanted to stay in my dream world, at least until Clarissa finished the performance, maybe longer. If I fell into a coma, say for a week, maybe Reginald Dwell would find someone else for his DVD. Lady Capulet pointed to a tapestry as we glided past. Have you ever seen such a magnificent Capulet crest? My daughter's work. So loyal and obedient is my daughter Juliet. She is so dear to me. So dear that you sold her to the highest bidder. She wrenched her neck and cast me a suspicious look. Where is your mother? Why did she not come with you? Oh no, I didn't want Veronica Wallingford turning up in this dream, turning it most assuredly into a nightmare. She's dead. Lady Capulet pursed her painted lips. Pray tell, did she die of plague? We lost so many in the last outbreak. Yes, that sounded good. Plague. Lady Capulet pressed her fingertips together. When your mother lived, did you obey her in the manner that a beloved daughter should? She raised an eyebrow, and, honest to God, a shiver ran down my spine. When a fly passed by, I half expected a forked tongue to dart out of her mouth. Oh, I obeyed. Believe me, I obeyed, I said. But now she's gone, so I must take care of myself. Lady Capulet grimaced. Young ladies are incapable of taking care of themselves. Young ladies must be directed. There is only one thing to be done. Since your mother is dead, I shall take her place. While you are here, I shall act as your new mother. She placed an ice-cold hand on my shoulder. Oh, no thank you, because you scare the crap out of me. You really do. I don't think I need. Do not presume to tell me what you need. I have decided to become your guardian in matters both moral and physical. Once I make a decision, it stands. Here was my chance to finally break free of parental handcuffs, even if it was just a fantasy, but lo and behold, another mother from hell to direct me. It appeared my subconscious wasn't going to let me off the hook so easily. Lady Capulet stepped aside to reveal a narrow door, upon which she knocked. A rotund, middle-aged woman with large pores opened the door. Nurse, this is Mimi of Manhattan, Juliet's distant cousin. She is just arrived. The devil's offspring has robbed her of her traveling cases. The Montagues? Nurse asked. Lady Capulet scowled so hard that her eyebrows became one. Of course the Montagues. Who else would dare attack a Capulet woman but those wretched whoresons? The eternal fires of hell await them where they will be flayed like suckling pigs on the morn and eaten by cannibals at dusk. She smoothed her embroidered bodice, relaxing her face. Tell me, nurse, how is my Juliet? Quite well, milady. She naps like the innocent spring bud that she is. Lady Capulet nodded. How beautifully put. Like a spring bud waiting to blossom into womanhood. Now then, I must find Mimi an appropriate dress for tonight's festivities. See to it that she naps. Lady Capulet turned and glided back down the hallway. Both Nurse and I sighed with relief. Nurse ushered me into a dimly lit room that contained a bed, a large wooden chest, a painted table with matching stools, and a high-backed chair. She shut the door. Spring bud, she muttered. That'll be the day. More like winter mud or summer crud. She fluffed a pillow, then wagged her finger at me. See here, Capulet cousin, I've got enough on me hands with that little beastie over there. She pointed to the bed where someone lay beneath a pile of blankets. Juliet, I assumed. But a beastie? Me old heart can't take no more tricks or tricksters. Beastie over there is bad enough. Don't get me wrong, I love her like me own child, but she sucks the life from me, she does. She stood close and looked me over. She smelled like a mildewy shower curtain. The source, I guessed, was her dingy apron. "Did those Montagues molest you?" she asked, pointing her red bulbous nose at me. "Did they hold you down and have their manly way with you?" I might have let Benvolio have his manly way with me, if my dream could find him again. I stepped away, searching for sweeter air. What was with all the odors? I couldn't remember ever smelling stuff in a dream before. The pile of blankets moved and a pair of bare feet popped out. Nurse shuffled over to the side of the bed. "You're supposed to be sleeping, you are." "I am," came a muffled reply. "I am," she says. Nurse adjusted her apron, then spoke again to the pile of blankets. "How can you be asleep if you just said I am?" "Exactly so. I must be talking in my sleep." The feet retreated back under the covers. "Sassy little whelp," Nurse muttered. "Well, get on in," she told me, pointing to the bed. "Lady Capulet wants you to nap as well. But watch yourself, your bedmate's been known to bite." Nurse handed me a pillow. The lump moved over. I kicked off my slippers, picked up the edge of the bottom blanket, and crawled in. A hand pulled the pile over my head, trapping me in a toasty cocoon. "Shh!" Juliet whispered in my ear. I couldn't see her, but she scooted over until her shoulder pressed against mine. Nurse shuffled about, then both she and the chair groaned as she sat down. "Oh, what a miserable life," Nurse complained. "Nursemaid to a terrible thankless beastie." Juliet giggled and plunged her feet back down, exposing mine as well. "Don't think I don't know you're not asleep, because I know you're not asleep, young lady." Nurse's words began to slow. "And it'll be myself that has to listen to her ladyship when she finds out you've got bags under your eyes for not taking your nap. Not me fault." Her voice faded, followed by loud snoring. Juliet giggled again and threw back the blankets. I found myself face to face with the character I had played for the last 6 months.